Okay, we're on. So we're about to start the JW's radio here. Kind of getting everything set up. I've been actually doing a different formula or a different camera angle, also to help enhance the audio, because some people are saying that the audio was a little hard to hear. So I'm trying to improve that until I get a camera going, a decent camera. So I know I keep saying that, but you know they're expensive. They're not cheap. So okay. All right, here we go. We're going to get this started, and this time around is actually some sad news. In case you guys don't know, if you have not been aware, if you know him. Ed USAF passed away. That really hurts, because here at this YouTube community we meet a lot of people, and he was one of the ones that I met, or he came subscribed to the channel. That's how I know him, and that's how I pretty much know who he is. And just the fact that, this goes back. He was a subscriber of mine for a long time, and I subscribed to him. He did a VR video response to me, and, back and forth we did some things. So that's what it's all about. And that's what this kind of a topic almost is going to be about, is that kind of thing. So, all right. Here we go. Let's give it a shot. And let's turn the recorder or the camera on. So, here we go. Hey everybody, it's BATJAC J.W. You're tuned in to Saturday morning. It is the Saturday morning radio show. I got my computer set up here. I got some stuff right here on the table that you may just not see yet, but we'll show them to you. And I think you're going to really enjoy it. So before we kick this off, I'd like to say our last radio show number, I believe, is 132. Let's see here. This pop-up windows and stuff are in my way on this laptop. Okay. Radio show 132 was the last one we did. 132 of these. That's amazing. But we talked about the CMP and the 1911s and all that. So, but this one here around is it's gonna be a little bit special. This one goes out to Ed USAF. If you don't know who Ed USAF is, he's a fellow YouTuber. Made some really cool videos. He goes back to my channel here for quite some time. He was subscribed, and he did. I think he even did a couple of VRs for me. I know he did one, but and I did some for him, and we go back and forth. Sad news: we lost Ed USAF. Ed passed away from battling cancer. That really sucks, and the community here, and it was nice to see, and I must give a shout out to the Real Cobra Burnout for bringing that into light for those of us that knew him here through YouTube, and then beyond what I knew him, other than YouTube, they actually hung out with the guy and got to spend time with him. He seemed like a really cool guy, really did, down to earth. His videos are always entertaining, so what a loss. And so I'd like to take a little moment here and just kind of give this one to Ed, and we'll, I'm going to dedicate this radio episode 133 to good old Ed there. So I'll take a moment of silence for Ed. Well, Ed, you'll surely be missed, but I'm sure you're pain-free now and in a much better place. So, all right. And, Ed would not want us to sit here and have a downer of a Saturday or anything like that, or any day. So we're going to get right into it here. And we have a first comment here. As always, those of you that are not familiar with it, because we're getting new subscribers every day, This is the radio show. Guys in the comments, help people out. They wonder, what the heck am I watching here? This is our Saturday morning show. This is when we talk about some stuff and go over things. I got a laptop right here that you can't see. It's off screen, so that's why I'm looking over here, because I'm reading comments of people. Okay, so first one, he says, this is from Mr. Holster, and this is probably regarding my comment to me saying I have a pretty analog life, and he says, I know only enough to get myself in trouble. And that's the thing is, some people are just so savvy with this tech stuff, this computer stuff, and, they forget about people like us that are kind of analog, and I'm kind of like that rotary dial phone, that we're not used to this stuff. And it may be just to you, but for us, it takes a little time for us to get used to this. I still have trouble sending an email. Okay, Richard Landero says, a poster of Clint Eastwood, the outlaw Josie Wales, needs to be on that wall. Just saying. One of my favorite movies. I've always liked Eastwood, and the outlaw Josie Wales is definitely nothing to disregard. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. Go see that movie. Douglas Walther, he says, you and Mr. Holster and Santee with Dirty Dan. Now that would be a great cowboy show. I probably would. Dan is quite a character, and Santee is a near dear friend of mine, for sure. Mr. Holster says he's first. And the Hascat says, hey, you guys, did you hear BATJAC is going to buy us all Colt Pythons? Yes, if I ever had millions and millions of dollars and won the lottery or something, yeah, I definitely would give back to a lot of you guys, because you've done a lot for me, but, that's just the kind of guy I am. If I have it, I'll give it. But, haven't won the winning lottery ticket yet, or haven't suddenly became rich overnight. And the Real Cobra Burnout says, I'm with you on holding off on the CMP 1911s until the crazy prices drop. Plus, buying on a secondary market gives you a better chance to hold out and look at all the ones that are coming out. Right? Absolutely. Instead of just blindly buying some of them, you really don't know what you're going to get. Let it saturate. Let it soak up. This is another one from Richard Landeros. He says, yo, BATJAC J.W., what's up, man? Will you get a P.O. box for your fans, etc. in the future? I don't know. Maybe... I'm not sure. I don't know how much all that entails and everything, and how much really. I really don't want to set up, and I'm not trying to get a bunch of free stuff from people. It's not really what I'm trying to do here. I'm more of a giver than a taker, but I always appreciate all the stuff. I mean, I got stuff that's been constantly sent to me, like this poster, like this lobby card. I have a. It's not been in videos, but I have a vintage Chato's Land poster right here that was gifted to me from Dirty Dan. I got a really awesome magazine here from Disposable 762. This is, if you haven't seen the throwback video, stop and go watch it. I've got really cool 1911 poster I would love to put on this wall. I just haven't figured out. I don't want to poke holes in the wall, but 454 Packer sent me some really cool stuff, and Joe P. and I mean, just even getting to use this stuff. Ballistol, my favorite gun oil now. It's all funded from people that were hey, wow, you can't get that stuff? I'll send you a can. And I got to try it, and I went, wow, that's like really good stuff. And and I'm glad if somebody hadn't gave me the chance or opened an opportunity for me to try it. Like, just simply send me a bottle. So it's really cool of you guys. It really is. Bernard Flood says, greetings from Ireland. Hey there, the Quiet Man was made in my corner of the world. That's right. Hunts for Food 67 says, winter in Arizona? Yeah, there really isn't one. It's more or less just kind of a, yeah. It just kind of gets a little colder. That's it. All right. Jerry Johnson, number 2, I guess. Thanks for the tip on finding your shot brass. Yeah, I was painting the backs of my brass, like, you know, just grabbing some spray paint like blue or something that stands out, and that way when you're looking for them at the range, you can find them really easily. What I would do actually before I would hit them, spray paint them, I'd take some alcohol and put them, because I use like case lube and whatnot. Sometimes I just use Ballistol. Shh, don't tell anybody. Take like a little paper towel, put some alcohol on it, and just like set them in the tray and wipe the backs of them with the alcohol. Not too much. You don't want to just saturate everything, but it gives you a nice surface, the clean surface, so the paint adheres to it, so it sticks a little bit better. So, and he says he has his dad's Ruger Super Red Hawk with a 7-inch barrel, and the thing's a beast of a revolver. Another awesome episode, BATJAC. So thank you, Jerry. Appreciate all the kind comments that you guys leave. It really does make a difference here. Mr. Holster says, having bought several of those vintage end frames when they were new, I'm not under, maybe it's a typo. They were not lock up tight with no play at the time at all, no play all the time. I guess they would lock up really good. I guess lock up tight with no play at all. I'm sorry. I typo stuff. I don't know. All right. Darren Bag 6 Gun. Another great video, BATJAC. I'm better late than never on this. And he says, thanks. That's great that you do all the shout outs for everyone. Awesome 29. Yeah, that's one thing is I really want you guys to feel like you're part of all this, because you are. Because without you guys, I mean, you are a big percentage of what makes this channel click. It's all of you guys. Without you, this is pointless of doing. Russ Elder, as a Navy vet, I would love to get one of those 1911s, but not right now, right? CMP is crazy right now. That's very true. Joe P, good morning, J.W. I have to admit that I am one of those who overpays for original Smith & Wesson grips, since I can't get classic revolvers in California. I can buy from the classic line and outfit them with vintage grips. That, you know, that's a that I myself, like, you know, if it's something, and that's a good point that he made. You know, if it's something you really, really, really want, I think we'll all pay it. You got to pay to play. My great words from my Uncle Melton. Lion Quest Fitness says, "Hey BATJAC, I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop listening to the audio only versions of the radio show. It's kind of off, like sneaking and opening your present before Christmas. It's much better watching you up front and personal on Saturday morning. I also like seeing the hardware. Good show and good advice." It's really neat. I again, you know, the support here is amazing. Scott F, let the dust settle on those 1911s. Good show, good stuff. That's right. Let it settle down. I'm sure we'll see a big difference here. The Crazy Scotsman, he is crazy now. Yep, I agree. Prices are way too high. Eventually, like you said, once the market is flooded, hopefully they will drop. Always good seeing the 29. I almost got my hands on one of the crown jewels, a -1, but could not get the money together. Wanted $5,500, $5,500. That's no, yeah. I'm fine with mine. I think that's hey, post lottery, why not? I'll get you one too. But also, you know what? I'd like to say this too, the Crazy Scotsman. It's really neat that he really goes through and shout out to a lot of other channels and everything. This is a lot of work, believe it or not. You know, if you want to do YouTube, it's a dedication thing. It really is. You have to be dedicated to this. You have to allocate a lot of time throughout the week to do this and want to do this. If you I mean, you have to have the drive for it. If you don't have the drive and you don't have the time, this may not be a gig for you. But it's fun, and I enjoy it. and I'm keeping up with it along with my busy work schedule. But you know, I enjoy it because, and also, you know, I know a lot of you guys enjoy it, so we keep doing it here. Led 8541 says, great video. Love the poster behind you. That pistol is getting old. You know what that means. That's true. You know, that pistol reminds me it's getting older. Edward Petty, that is on my bucket list to obtain a 29 pinned and recessed. You know what, Ed? Come on out to Arizona because it'll take you to a gun show. We'll get all kinds of them. Walk out. There's so many 29s here, and I'm like a rabid dog chasing tires on a freeway when it comes to those things. I just want them all. Mr. Mark Mac 85, good show, sir. And I love looking at that model 29. Well, I think you're going to like this show, too, because this one's got a couple nice ones. I'll tell you. We'll get to it. E.B. Saint, hard to beat a Smith & Wesson for good looks. That 29 is a beautiful gun. Yes, it is. She's my mistress. All right. Hunts for Food, 67. Hello, everyone, he says. TCM, what are you drinking? Coffee. 454 Packer. I can wait for the CMP 1911s to flood the market. Yep, we'll take it. You know, we'll let it. You know, get out there, and it'll happen. You just wait. So we'll see, and we'll see it change. So anyhow, all right. So to it, I've been reloading some 9s lately, quite a bit of it, using that molly coated stuff, and been having some pretty good luck with it. I had noticed today, actually, I noticed that with that, and it's a Bear Creek. Let's see if I can grab this box real quick for you. It's so it's this stuff right here. That's what I've been loading up. Bear Creek Supply out of Waterford, California. This is the 9mm TC truncated cone, 125 grain, 356 diameter. These are like molly coated. So that's kind of what they turn out to be. Out of an H&K VP9, fellow at I work with, we shot some of these out of that gun at 45 feet, and the bullets tumbled a little bit. So we had a couple of tumblers. Interesting. I want to know now if it'll out of my Glock 34, do they do the same? So I might have to take that and test that myself to see if I'm getting anything like that tumbling effect at long distance. Because if so, then it makes me wonder. You know, I mean, as cheap burner rounds, I guess it's like 500 in a box like this. Of course, it's empty. It wouldn't be like, you know, unless it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But a box of 500 of these things is like $30. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can. So far, I've been having pretty good luck with them out of my gun. So that's a little bit news out of them. The powder I've been using is Accurate number 2 right here. That was $24.95 for a pound of this stuff. Seemed to go a long ways. Accurate 2, it says, it's an extremely fast burning double base. You know, all this fancy stuff about it. Personally, don't like the stuff. I'm gonna change. I'm just using up what I got and burning it up and getting rid of it. Don't like it. I'm just going to stick with my shotgun powder like Red Dot, Unique, or one of those. Even Bullseye I think was a little bit better, but I think I'm going to stick with like Red Dot or Unique or one of those that I was using. So I'll just stick with that. Have not had any bad issues with the Glock barrel and those molly coated bullets. In fact, I think the guy that advertises them, he says, that's okay to fire them through a Glock barrel and all that, even though some people are like, I can't believe you're doing that, I'm a Glock expert, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. All I know is what works for me. And that's what the thing is, it's what works for you. It's if that works for you, then run with it. But you know, another thing I wanted to say in light of you know, Ed USAF and everything coming around with this YouTube game and what we've been doing, you know, making videos, meeting people, basically through the power of all this, a video screen right there. Be it if you're watching this on your phone, a laptop, a tablet, I mean, all kinds of devices these days, you can get access to this content and share and, you know, converse in conversation with other people. And it really is. It becomes like this little family. Of course, you get all these other people that don't have anything better to do in their life than to make nasty comments, but, you know, hey, maybe they're just unhappy in life. I don't know. How could you walk around? Actually, Hickok 45 said it best. You mean, how can you walk around through your entire life where you're just like, I'm on edge. I have nothing positive to say. Your life really must suck. I mean, I'm just going to be black and white about that. Your life must suck because everything must just suck for you. And I don't know. Maybe you should just go in your closet, your house, and just stay there. I don't know. But no, man, I live, I laugh every day. It doesn't bother me because I'm having a good time. You know, if somebody wants to sit there and try to push their negativity on me and rain on my parade, you think gonna work? I have a pretty good umbrella because I just enjoy life, man. I roll with it. It's great. It's good fun, especially getting magazines like this where it's just like, oh my gosh, this 1911 stuff. It just gets me going. All right, I know, almost 17 or almost 20 minutes into this thing, and we haven't shown you what I got on the table. As Mr. Holster likes to say, that's 19 minutes and 30 seconds of your life you'll never get back. Okay, I have, oh boy, I know, here we go. I have some beautiful Smith & Wessons, and I decided to break out some of these vintage Model 19s. Oh, this is such a beautiful, beautiful revolver. This is a vintage one. It's a pinned and recessed model. It's just beautiful. The original grips and everything like that. It's in such amazing condition. Not even a turn ring on it. Don't shoot it much. I have shot it. I do take it out from time to time. It's a 357 Magnum, 4-inch barrel, K-frame. Vintage, no key lock. The firing pin is mounted on the hammer. This one does have a wide hammer and a wide trigger, serrated on the trigger, checkered on the hammer. Beautiful gun. I bought this. I probably paid like not very much for it back when I first saw it. And it was interesting because right as I was buying this, a friend of mine was buying a Glock 19. Well, while he was doing that, I was buying a Smith & Wesson Model 19, and I think I paid just about the same amount that he was paying for his Glock 19 for this one. This is definitely one of my beauties. I love this thing. It's great. And so, as owning it, I wanted to get my hands on something else, and it was a Smith & Wesson snub nose 19. Same gun, only it's a little snubby. Oh, that's some dried ballistol is what that is. Okay. I'm a little worried about it for a second there. Little snubby Model 19, pinned and recessed, of course, vintage. That's a sweet gun. I've wanted one of these for a long time with the original Magna grips and everything. Beautiful gun, beautiful piece. Again, you know, just the K-frame, 6-shot. This thing is just amazing. Locks up pretty tight there. They've actually regarded this thing as they said it was like the deluxe snubby revolver or something like that, or the best snubby revolver. It's pretty cool. I must say it is pretty cool. So, but anyway, I figured I'd bring those things out. I actually started to think about that newer Model 19 from the classic line. Speaking of Joe P. I looked at it. You know, the upgrades that they did to it and everything, it looks pretty slick. Those grips on it are really nice. Honestly, I gotta admit, for new manufactured grips, those grips almost do it for me. I almost want it just because I want a range gun like that. that I want to be able to take to the range and shoot it. And you know, if I want to load a little bit hotter of a 38 in it, I can. It can handle it, and I can do it. And you know, it's not one of these vintage babies that I'm just wearing it out. Where that newer one does look like it was kind of heft up a little bit in some places. I do like the idea of the barrel idea, the way they're doing it now. The main part of the barrel, now this part is like a sleeve, and it goes over it. Now, I don't know. I mean, Dan Wesson was doing that, I believe, long ago. So we'll see. We'll see how all that shakes out. It's going to be interesting. So anyway, guys, at 23 minutes, I'm going to get out of here because I'm sure you don't want to hang around and stick here all day. So thanks for tuning in. Again, this one is dedicated to Ed USAF. Good man. It's a sad loss. And that's the cool thing about this, what we do here. We meet a lot of people right here just through the power of these videos and whatnot. So it's pretty cool, and that was really neat. And I'm very happy and proud to know that Ed, he was a subscriber of mine, and I am to him, and he would be greatly missed. So thanks for guys. I'll see you next time. Well, there we go. Get the radio show done, and we're actually going to get ready. Let me put these away because I was going to do a video with them, but you know, I just running out of time and daylight, so I'll have to get to these, do a video on these over the weekend or something. I know, I'm sorry. I'll have to get back on making some of these close-up videos of these things because I know you guys love seeing them. So we'll do that. All right. Let's see. Get all this shut down. Get the computer shut down. We do all the comments. Well, Mr. Lion Quest Fitness doesn't want to listen to the audio early because it's like so. Well, hey, Lion Quest Fitness, are you here before Saturday listening to this, or did you already wait? And is it after the fact that you've watched the video on Saturday? It's always interesting. So, thanks you guys. I appreciate you listening and watching.